Akabo, Wa'akatu. This is Daku, your DC area Black Power representative, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of names as it relates to Black revolution, to Black liberation. I always look back to Harriet Tubman and the importance of Harriet Tubman. When she went to the slaves that wanted to become free, but when they were put in contact with her, I'm pretty sure questions like, are you Moor? Are you Muslim? Are you Christian? Are you African American? Are you African? I'm sure these questions didn't come up because it wasn't important. What was important is that you have a group of people that resembled each other, that were slaves. And the importance was taking that group of people and helping them to become free. So it didn't matter what they called themselves. Harriet Tubman herself had a white name. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, based on history, based on the historical record, Harriet Tubman was a Christian. But it wasn't a matter of what religion she was. It wasn't a matter even of what name she called herself. It wasn't a matter of what people called her. The mission was to free slaves. You went based on what the person looked like. Because people that looked like she looked, or similar to her, were slaves, and the mission was to free them. Today, just like we spend too much time trying to figure out who is the devil, we spend too much time trying to figure out what's the name we as a group of revolutionaries should go by. Should we be Moor? Should we be African? Should we be African American? Should we just call ourselves black? I use the word black, but so what? When I'm looking to free people, I'm going based on what they look like. First of all, it doesn't matter what they call themselves. I had a conversation with a brother one day, and he told me that it was some Indian dude that was blacker than me. And you can't tell with the lighting, but I'm actually a little darker than I appear on his camera. I used to be darker than that back in the day. I don't know, maybe the soaps and stuff got bleaching agents in it. I don't know. But I'm lighter than I used to be. But the Indian person, the so-called Indian from India, that was much darker than me, said, I'm not black, I'm Indian. You know, if you want to be silly and look in the mirror and say that you're not your skin color, which is brown, you don't have to claim brown. But the fact is, you're brown, or you're tan, or you're dark brown. Whatever your color is, that's what you are, whether you admit it or not. So it's not important what you call yourself. It's not important what I call you. The importance is, you're a slave. And the goal is to go from slavery to freedom. When Khalid Abdul Muhammad back in the 80s was helping to facilitate a peace treaty between the Bloods and the Crips, he said, your color is not blue. Your color is not red. Your color is black even if you don't have anything on. Your color is black. So it's based on who you are, despite what you may call yourself. Now, Moor may be a noble term. That's cool. Christian, noble term. Muslim, noble. Okay? African, noble. You may think African American is noble. Black is noble. Indigenous is noble. But the fact is that before we knew any of these words, We already were. It's just like the debate on what's the proper name of God. And people try to go back to the oldest known language. But you forget, we've been here, some say, tens of thousands of years. Some say hundreds of thousands of years. Some say millions of years. We have no birth record. But if you want to go by a record in which these languages clearly are no older than 5, 6, at the oldest that we know of, 10, maybe even 15,000 years old. As old as 15,000 years is, it's still just a baby compared to how long we've been on the planet. So it doesn't matter what language you use. It doesn't matter what you choose to call yourself. You are what you are. So I want you to think about that. Stop thinking about all of this surface stuff. We got to get deeper than we are. It's about freeing our people, liberating ourselves and our people. This has been Daku, Akabo, Akatu, Black Power.